Well, good morning, class. Teacher Christopher. Today I'm going to take you through diffusion under the topic self physiology. By the end of this lesson, I expect each one of you to be able to define diffusion, state the roles of diffusion, and explain the factors that affect diffusion. Okay? So particles in a liquid or gas are usually constantly moving, that is, moving freely, bumping into each other and bouncing off randomly. So molecules from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration move in the process. This often results in the particles spreading evenly in the space available, and the process by which these particles move from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration is what we call diffusion. So, when you put, for example, potassium manganate 7 crystals at one end of the bottom of a glass full of water, after some times, the purple color of the potassium manganate 7 spreads throughout the water and eventually all the water turns purple. The reason for this, the reason for this is that the particles of potassium manganate 7 break away from the crystals, dissolve in water, and then diffuse through the water until they are evenly distributed. The differences in concentration of the particles between a region of high concentration and a region of low concentration is known as the diffusion gradient. I have a diagram for you there. I'll bring you it in form of a chart. I hope you can see it from the board. Okay? Yeah. So, and basically, diffusion plays a very important part in the lives of living organisms. That is the role of diffusion in living organisms. And the first one is that diffusion actually help in absorption of materials. So many salts dissolve in soil water to form ions, which are small enough in size to pass through the pores of cell membranes of roots or of roots in the root cells in the plants. This process will take place when the concentration of ions is higher in the soil water than in the root hair cells. So, digested food materials such as amino acids and glucose diffuse across walls of the ileum into the blood for transport to other parts of the animal body. That's the first role there. The second role of diffusion is gaseous exchange in plants and animals. So plants take in carbon dioxide and give oxygen in the presence of sunlight during the process of photosynthesis. So in animals, several structures are used as surface of gaseous exchange through diffusion. For example, the skin, the tracheal system, and the lungs. So also it helps in excretion of nitrogenous waste. Diffusion is one of the mechanisms involved in the transport of manufactured food from the leaves to the other parts of the plant. So, as we said earlier, diffusion also has factors affecting it, which include the diffusion gradient. A greater diffusion gradient between the 2 points increases the rate of diffusion. That is between the point of low concentration and the point of high concentration. Increasing the concentration of diffusing molecules also increases the diffusion gradient with corresponding regions, hence increases diffusion rate. Temperature is also another factor. An increase in temperature increases the energy content in the molecules, and this causes them to move faster. Hence, an increase in temperature increases the rate of diffusion, while a decrease in temperature it decreases the rate of diffusion. Another factor is surface area to volume ratio. The higher the ratio, that is, the greater the rate of diffusion, and the lower the ratio, the less diffusion takes place. This implies that small organisms expose a larger surface area to the surrounding, while compared to big organisms which expose such a big surface area. I mean, a small surface area to the surrounding. Therefore, small organisms depend on diffusion as a means of transport of food, respiratory gases, and waste products. Living organisms, in addition to diffusion, have transport systems to increase the efficiency in diffusion. Another factor, that is the fourth one, we have thickness of membranes and tissues. The thicker the tissue or membrane, the lower the rate of diffusion. This is because the distance to be covered by diffusing molecules is greater. However, if the membrane is thinner, the rate of diffusion becomes higher. Size of the molecules. Small and light molecules diffuse faster than heavy and larger molecules. So, in summary, what we learned today is that some of the factors affecting diffusion include surface area to volume ratio, thickness of the membranes and tissues, size of the molecules, diffusion gradient, and diffusion also plays an important role in living organisms. That is, absorption of materials such as sorry, such as dissolved salt in water by plants, as well as it also helps in gaseous exchange. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. That is for today. We'll meet another time when we have another class next week. Thank you. Bye.